is the dynamic pressure. Okay, square of velocity, divided by 2 multiplied by gravity. So this is dynamic pressure. So before I continue this discuss, okay, I will start to open the textbook. Yeah, actually this device here, or we call pitot-static tube, will this equipment installed in this F1 car. Yeah, this is the F1 car. Yeah. How the I'm not sure why this sound is not a. Sorry, I can hear this. Sorry, I can hear this the sound of this. Sorry, I will stop share. I don't know why. Choose filter, video filter, OBS camera. Sorry, I will emphasize. Yeah, I will be back. Sorry, I will leave meeting and.
Right, the switchback. Sergio Perez needs joining this fight.
Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I suggest you share the audio when you share screen on Zoom, sir. That way, the sound will appear in Zoom too.
Okay, so. The share of sound. I'm not sure where the position of the sound.
When you screen on bottom left corner, there is a share computer audio, sir.
Video share. This one share screen. Advanced share option. Okay, I will use our explanation with our textbook. So I will start this one. Okay, we will start to discuss about in chapter 6. Yeah, the title of the chapter here is incompressible inviscid flow. Okay, And then we will discuss. Yeah, this is we have a until 6.1 until 6.8, but in today we will discuss in 6.1 until 6.3. Yeah. Okay. The title here, yeah, we call incompressible implicit flow. So we have a two terminology here. Yeah. Okay, everyone can see the in whiteboard. So if we talk about implicit flow, the meaning is the viscosity. Yeah, we talk about in the in your textbook explain that the viscosity is equal with zero. Yeah, or mu equal with zero. Okay, and then this indicate that viscosity is zero if we have the equation tau x u. Okay, okay, and then this is zero, and then tau is zero. Okay, or we call that shear stress is zero. Okay, okay, if this is the definition of flow, but in incompressible flow, the definition is density is constant. Okay, if we talk about density is constant, and the the speed of flow, yeah, this is the Mach number less than 0.3, or the velocity of fluid, yeah, fluid flow, yeah, about 100 meter per second. Yeah, the terminology, the incompressible implicit flow. Yeah. Okay, uh, in the chapter 5, uh, in the when we discuss about the momentum equation, the result is Navier-Stokes equation. Okay, the Navier-Stokes equation. Then we can write down here. Okay, this is the example of on the x direction. Okay, this is we call Navier-Stokes equation. So this component here convert from the momentum equation in the integral form. So we can write down here. Yeah, this is the Navier-Stokes equation. So this is we call body force. This one we call normal force. Okay, and then this is shear force. Components: body force, normal force, and shear force. In the chapter 6, regarding with this, the title of the chapter, incomprehensibility. So we will drop this component. We'll drop this component. Okay, I will show you this from our PowerPoint. This one, yeah. This is the Navier-Stokes equation. Okay, the component body force here, yeah, rho kx, yeah, rho ky, yeah, rho gz. G here is indicated gravitation, rho indicate the density, yeah, minus tau p, tau x plus viscosity here, and then multiply by differentiation of velocity. Okay, and then this the component of the momentum equation, and we call Navier-Stokes equation. This is the complete, yeah, equation. And then if we talk about in the chapter 6, we will drop the red component here. Okay, this one. Shear force is 0. Okay, and then if the shear force 0, the equation in x direction, y direction, and z direction become this one. Yeah, this is third equation. Yeah, regarding the direction of the piece-on rectangular coordinate x, y, z. So we can find this is if we talk about the direction in the gravitation. Yeah, gravitation is in z direction here. So in x, gx0, gy0, and gz minus g. One. Here, this is x direction or y direction. Okay, based on this rectangular coordinate here, yeah, this is indicated g that minus y minus, because as the opposite direction with positive direction. Positive direction is upward, and then the gravitational is downward. So this is appear here as minus or negative sign, yeah, indicate this is the opposite direction. Okay. So if you talk about this equation here, yeah, this is yeah, this one, yeah, this is the reduce the pressure. This is actually if Navier-Stokes equation, yeah, this is appear the viscosity multiplied by the component velocity. So if the Euler equation, shear stress will drop, so this equation becomes this one. So okay, I will show you. Yeah, this is if you read your electronic book, ebook, yeah, in Fox, yeah, Fox McDonald, you can find this picture. Okay, this picture is to give us some illustration. Yeah, give the illustration about the fluid flow, fluid dynamic. Yeah, the fluid flow. This one. This is Z direction. Yeah, this is Y direction. Actually, the Z direction. Yeah, go to your script. Yeah, yeah, inside your script, the direction of X direction. So actually, this is just two-dimensional. Yeah, this is the direction of fluid flow. Yeah, this is if you can see here, this is S here. This is indicate streamwise. Yeah, S streamwise. Okay, and N is normal. Normal ones. Okay. Yeah, this is two direction. Yeah, only this position here. Yeah, the normal is on the top and bottom, and then the streamwise and left and right direction. So actually, this is actually the shape of the fluid is we call cubus, yeah, or rectangular, yeah, rectangular shape, yeah, like this, yeah. This is volumetric. So as you know that the direction of fluid flow here, yeah, this is the direction of streamwise, and then in the blue arrow here and red arrow here is indicate normal direction. So if I zoom this one, yeah, this is the element of fluid in rectangular coordinate. So this is in two-dimensional and this is in three-dimensional. So if you see here, the X is the direction, go to the your script. Okay, this is X direction, this is Y direction, and then Z direction. So this is gravitational is the opposite direction between Z direction. Z direction is positive. Gravitation here is indicated negative positive. So this is if you see here, yeah, this is weight of the element of fluid. So because the direction is inclined, yeah, inclined with the specific angle, yeah, and then we can find, yeah, this is the component of weight, yeah, in the normal direction called W cos B, cos beta, and then on streamwise direction W sinus beta. Okay, so the component here, yeah, we will break down, yeah, this one, yeah, this is called streamwise or streamwise direction, yeah. This is the component of F1, yeah, F4, yeah. This is rho minus this one, yeah. This is the component. This is the streamwise, yeah. Okay, this one, and this is the F1, the F2. This one, okay. Actually, this is Newton second law. Newton second law. One subscript here is indicated streamwise. Okay, and then you can write down the equation like this. This one, yeah. This is the component df1 minus df2, because minus is indicate the direction is not a direction, and then minus of rho case in beta is 1. This is indicate this the one is mass, yeah, DM. Okay, and then the here is x, so 1, so okay, and then you can see this one, yeah, this is the component F1, yeah, the F1, this is differential of force for subscript 1, the F2, and the F sinus beta, yeah, this is equal with the MAS, yeah, this is acceleration in streamwise. Okay, this is the uh, free body diagram. Yeah, this is the free body diagram of the element fluid. Yeah, this is the equation. This is the equation. This is the free body diagram. You cannot find this picture in your textbook. Okay, I just translate. Yeah, I just to make easy. Yeah, why the equation become this one. Yeah. Okay, actually, this is a river. Yeah, this equation here is river is the picture here. Picture here. Okay, and then we can simplify the equation. This one. Okay, we can simplify this equation just this one. Okay, and then we can replace, yeah, this one, the acceleration in streamwise direction, we can replace this one, and then the sinus beta we change with dou z divided by dou s. We can see this one, yeah, the sinus, yeah, this one, sinus beta, yeah, sinus beta is dou z per dou s. Okay, okay. This is the, and then this component acceleration and sinus here will be substitute in this equation here, and then become this equation become this one. Okay. Okay. This is will be dropped when we give assumption, ya. Okay. Gaya body diabaikan and aliran steady, ya. Jadi ini in bahasa, ya, in English, kalau we are negligible body force, and then this is the steady flow. Okay, and then we will drop two parameter here, 1 and 2. This is indicate steady flow, yeah, because if dou v dot t is indicate unsteady flow, if we drop, this is become steady flow, and this is dou c per dou s, this is indicate elevation. Okay, elevation is, and gravitation and elevation here is indicate body force. So the equation become simple, become this one. Okay, and then we found this the equation on the streetwise. On this second law. Then we can find the equation. assumption false, negligible, one, it will be dropped. Okay, if the steady flow, we will drop one. Okay, and then the equation becomes okay. This is the form of differential partial. This is the form of differential partial. Form of Newton's second law on stringwise direction. So, what about the normal direction? Okay, the same. We just apply Newton's second law. Normal here. This is normal one. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the normal ways. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is the picture. The picture, the normal direction here. Okay, the normal direction here, and then we will break down, yeah, based on this direction of the force and the F3 and the F4 here, and the V W cosinus beta, and that's equal with mass multiplied by acceleration in normal direction. So this is the equation, yeah, and then we can simplify this one. Okay, this one. So from this equation here, and then we can find this one. So, sorry, this one. Minus. It is minus, minus, minus. So, we can change down plus, component plus. Okay, this is the equation in this device, and this is the normal one. Okay, one. If we have the same assumption, if body force, we will drop. If the force we will drop this one. So the equation becomes on this assumption. Okay. From actually, this is the complete equation, and this is on the assumption. Yeah, this one is on the assumption body force equal m equal, and this is the simplification equation because the force body force negligible. Yeah, so based on the two equations here, on the mathematical model, this is mathematical model. Yeah, mathematical model on stream from the stringwise direction, normal direction. we can measure the flow. Yeah, we can measure the flow rate. Yeah, the flow rate inside the duct. Yeah, inside the duct. Okay. When I explain and attention about the pitot-static tube, yeah. Okay, and then can measure, yeah, based on this one, yeah, on this. Yeah, we can measure flow measurement. Yeah, flow measurement. Yeah, if we use this equation, this on stream wise. Yeah, you use pitot-static tube. Based on normal wise. Yeah, we will use L2 method. Okay, this is the device, yeah. This is the system, yeah, the ducting system. Yeah? We use elbow to predict it, yeah, to give a prediction, the elbow meter here, to give the prediction flow, the flow rate, yeah, the flow rate inside the duct, yeah, inside the duct. So I will give you the example. This one, everyone knows this is the ducting system. When you will find this ducting system in the building, everyone can you? Do you know about this construction here, ducting system?
Not so much, sir.
If you go to the mall, yeah, or not mall, yeah, maybe if you go to the yeah, maybe mall or shopping, yeah, maybe in near Surabaya is near ITS, you can find in the Galaxy, yeah, or maybe on the super mall, yeah, you can find this construction here. This construction here, we call ducting system, is applied to circulate air conditioning system. Yeah, the air conditioning system is cold, yeah, then outside air temperature. Yeah, this one. This is the construction. This is the construction of ducting system. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the ducting system, and then the inside ducting here. Yeah, this is the air conditioning. Yeah, this temperature of the air conditioning is low than the outside temperature. Yes, this is the applicable, yeah, for the building, high-rise building. So this is the part. This is we call rectangular elbow. This is the component here. This is rectangular component here, or this one. Yeah, this one or this one. Yeah, this is the component ducting system we call elbow. Yeah, is the other is branch. This is branch. Yeah, branch of ducting system. Okay, so or the other is this is this is the complex ducting system. Yeah, this is applied in the building, high-rise building. Yeah, this is the equipment we call outdoor unit. Yeah, outdoor unit. Yeah, in the cooling system. Yeah, this is the component of the outdoor unit. If outdoor unit, if you have in your house, in your home, you can find the split, AC split, yeah, air conditioning split. If air conditioning split inside your home, we call indoor unit. If you put on the outside, you call outdoor unit. Okay, this one. So this one, this is the component ducting system here. Yeah. You can see this is the complex component regarding ducting system. So how could we predicted the flow rate inside ducting system here? Use this equation. Yeah, we have two equation on the stream wise direction and on the normal direction or normal wise. If we use normal wise to predict the flow rate in the shape elbow here. This is the curve, yeah, the curve shape, yeah, we call elbow, yeah, yeah, like this is the our elbow, yeah. If sometimes called knee, yeah, this one, this is, yeah. So how could we predict this construction here to use the two equation here? Okay, first I will discuss about the application normal wise direction to predict the flow rate inside rectangular elbow. This one, yes, this is the example. You can see this one, yeah. This one. This is the ducting, rectangular duct here. So this is the dimension, yeah, width and height. This is the radius of the elbow. So if we this is a top view, yeah, this is two-dimensional top view here. So this is the normal direction. Normal direction is the same with the radius direction. The radius direction of the elbow here. So this one, this is inside radius. This is outside radius. Yeah, R subscript 1 here. This is indicate inside radius. This one outside radius. So we use this equation. Okay, you can see here. Yeah. Then you can replace N here with I, with R. This is radius. Radius. Okay, then the equation becomes, you can move the children one. This is the normal one. Okay, drop this component of body force negligible. So from this equation here, yeah, you can see here from the one, yeah. So the integration of this equation here, yeah, yeah, become because this equation just in the one direction on the streamwise and normal direction. So the equation become differential. What? This is differential partial. So D, yeah, delta dP divided by dr. So this one, and the integration here from inside radius to outside radius. Yeah, it is inside radius to outside radius. So one, because this position here, okay, 1 and 2. Okay, this equation become one outside radius divided by inside radius. in this position here, 1 and 2 here, we put YouTube manometer. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one we put YouTube manometer, and then this is indicate the differential pressure between position 1 and position 2. Yeah, based on the information there, yeah, the differential pressure between outside position and inside position, on that minus rho. Yeah. Okay, this is manometer, the principle of the manometer. Yeah. So position here. Okay. The pressure is higher in the outside radius. Yeah. Depend on in the inside radius. Yeah. So from this equation, we will substitute this equation here become here. Equal with okay. And then from this equation, we can call the velocity here. Yeah, the velocity here. Yeah, based on this equation here. This is the velocity. And then we substitute to the differential pressure outside pressure in inside pressure. This one. So we can substitute this equation here to replace the differential pressure here. So from this one we can calculate velocity velocity inside this is the velocity based on the information in this problem. So this is the dimension of this is outside radius, this is inside radius. So this is density of air. So this is 0.4 is the height of the differential liquid. Yeah. So this one. Yeah. The velocity actually 30.8 meter per second, and then this is multiplied by 0.1 meter multiplied by 0.3 meter. This is the area of ducting. This is the velocity inside duct. So from this equation there, we can find this is the flow rate inside ducting. Yeah, based on the normal direction. Yeah, based on the Newton's second law here, we can find that the flow rate of air inside the duct, about 0.924 meter cubic per second. Okay, so you can see there, from the equation of the Euler equation on normal direction, we can predict the flow rate inside ducting. Okay, based on that equation. Now this one, based on this equation, we can predict the flow rate inside ducting. Okay, so what do you think about the on the streamwise direction? Sorry, this is the example, the example case, regarding this is the problem is the same with the example 6.1, in your textbook, but in this position here, the elevation, this position is vertical ducting, not horizontal ducting. In the example 6.1, actually in the horizontal ducting. Yeah, in this the example here, yeah, we can see here. This is the difference height between the position, the tap here, tap in inside radius, and tap on the outside radius here. So we can use the all equation there. Yeah, the all equation will be used. Yeah, yeah, because in the example 6.1, yeah, this is we will drop this component. But in the example here, we cannot drop this component. Okay, okay, and then uh, how to calculate? Yeah, how to calculate this this equation there? So yeah, we can. Can uh, write on this one. Uh, okay, become this one. So we will integrate this one. So the integration become okay, and then the information you can change this equation. This one. This is raw water. This is okay. Okay. So you can solve this problem if you replace this value heat, yeah, of YouTube manometer, and then you fill this information from the Z2 and Z1. Yeah? If you from this picture here, okay, yeah, equal with uh, Z2 R2 minus 45 degrees and Z2 R1 minus 45, and then equal with minus 45. Okay, and then you can change this equation. Yeah? This equation C2 and C1 come. Okay. This is the other problem, and then we cannot drop this component. Yeah. If this is the example 6.1, we drop. Okay, everyone, that's clear. Any question from this? The problem in 6.1, and then this is the modified problem. Cannot drop the elevation here, but in this problem here, we drop different because the ducting here is horizontal position, and this here ducting in the vertical position. So, any question from this one?
Not yet, sir.
It's clear?
Very clear, sir.
Okay, very clear. Okay, please write down until finish. Complete your continue. Sorry. Okay, this is if we talk about the stream direction, yeah, actually because this is steady flow, yeah, steady flow. Actually, the equation is plus dou V per dou T, yeah, because this statement here, Euler equation for steady flow along streamline or streamwise. Okay, we drop the differential of velocity with time, yeah, with time. So this is the definition of Euler equation on streamline direction or streamwise direction. So from this equation, yeah, and then we can change this equation, this one, yeah. This is the change pressure along streamline, the change elevation along streamline, and the change speed along streamline. So from this equation here, we can replace, yeah, the form of dou P dou S, dou Z dou S, dou V dou S here, yeah, and become this one. So we can change this equation, become this one, minus minus, yeah, and then we put on the right direction, yeah, right side here. So this is become plus, this is plus, this is plus along streamline. So if the integration here, yeah, the assumption is incompressible flow, density here is constant. So this is become this one. Oh, sorry, this one. This equation. And then we call this is Bernoulli equation. Yeah, this is Bernoulli equation. Bernoulli equation actually from the Euler equation, yeah, Euler equation, yeah, and then this is this equation become this one. The subscript 1 here, yeah, 1 and 2 here, yeah, this is indicate the position, yeah, the location of regarding with the control surface, yeah, regarding with control surface in position 1 and position 2. This equation, yeah, this equation is applicable with restriction here, yeah. Actually, the first steady flow, yeah, because we drop in Euler equation, we drop the form is a differential of velocity, yeah, dou V per dou T, time, yeah, velocity per time. So this is the first restriction, and second restriction, incompressible flow. This is the constant density, yeah. If the density become we give subscript 1 and this one subscript 2, this is indicate compressible flow, yeah. If this is without subscript, this is indicate incompressible flow. And then this is frictionless flow, Okay, actually the frictionless flow without friction, yeah, and then flow along streamline, yeah, because in the our first discussion we talk about on normal direction, and this one we will discuss about flow along a streamline, yeah. So uh, uh, what is the application? Actually, I give some clue, yeah, about the pitot-static tube. Yeah, pitot-static tube. Yeah, the pitot-static tube actually this the device, yeah, used to indicate if in aircraft altimeter, yeah, or altitude or height of the position elevation of aircraft when they fly on the above sea level, yeah, yeah. So this one, this one we discuss about static, stagnation, and dynamic pressure. Static pressure, and fluid static. Yeah. The terminology of pressure. Yeah, the terminology of pressure. Yeah. Sometimes we call ambient pressure. Okay, this is the terminology of free static. So this is the correlation of free static here. Okay, absolute. Yeah, we call this one A. This subscript absolute. This one P kit. One P. This one. Yeah, this is the mathematical correlation between absolute pressure, atmospheric pressure, yeah, or yeah, this one have a the all the if applicable from room, this is positive room, this is negative, yeah, negative one pressure room, negative. So if you increasing your pressure in your tire, yeah, if you have a problem in your tire on your motorcycle or on your car, and you will increasing the pressure. This is the indicator of the pressure. If you see in this like gas station, yeah, you can find this heat pressure. So this is the fluid static. But in the fluid dynamic, this one, okay, we have a terminology pressure here. Stagnation pressure. Okay. second is dynamic pressure. With subscript D and static pressure. And subscript S. Okay. And then the mathematical regarding dynamic fluid here. This one. Yeah. The stagnation pressure is equal with dynamic pressure plus static pressure. Yeah. So I will give you information about what the stagnation pressure. Okay. This one. And it's on your textbook. Yeah. You can read on your textbook. The stagnation pressure is obtained when a flowing fluid is decelerated to zero speed by frictionless process. Okay. Okay, this is to indicate the velocity will be, the speed decelerated becomes zero. Zero is indicate that the flow is stopped. Yeah, stop not, the flow is stopped. Yeah. So, this is for incommensurate flow. The Bernoulli equation can be used to relate change in speed and pressure along streamline for such a process. Yeah, such process here is to explain about the stagnation pressure here. Yeah, neglecting elevation differences. So we will drop this parameter here. Yeah, we drop. So the equation become this one. So this one, the subscript 0 here, and this the subscript and the other location. So from this equation here, yeah, because we drop the elevation here, this equation become this one. Yeah, this one we call stagnation pressure, this one we call static pressure, and this one we call dynamic pressure. So the correlation between stagnation, static, and dynamic pressure we can found about the velocity here. So velocity here is equal with the root square, yeah, root square of the differential pressure stagnation when static, yeah, divided by actually it's half of density of fluid, yeah, density of fluid. If the fluid flow is air, this is density of air. If the fluid is flowing is water, yeah, this is density of water. Okay, so what kind of device about to measure this phenomena regarding fluid flow, yeah, and then you can find the three terminology of pressure: static, stagnation, and dynamic pressure. This one, this is the we call pitot-static tube. Yeah, this is pitot-static tube. The pitot-static tube is device, yeah, in the they have a one hole. This is frontal to the area, yeah, frontal to the velocity of air. Yeah, the direction velocity, if you see this picture here, yeah, like this one, this is the hole, B position here. And then they have the other hole, small hole here, this one. Small here is to measure static pressure hole. So you can see from this picture here, this one, yeah, this one, the air will be flowing to the small hole here, and then this measure the stagnation pressure. So from this hole here will be measured, this one connected here, this P here indicate the static pressure. Okay, actually this one, yeah, this one to measure stagnation pressure, and this two hole here to measure static pressure hole. Okay, so this is the principles how to measure the flow streamlines. This is pressure tab. Yeah, actually from the wall pressure tab we can measure the static pressure. Yeah, Yeah, beside this hole in this pitot tube, this is inducting. This is in duct or on the pipe, yeah, circular duct or circular pipe, yeah, and then we install the hole here, and then connect it, yeah, with the device to measure pressure, yeah, connected with YouTube manometer. This one. If you use pitot-static tube, yeah, pitot-static tube, this one we can measure. If they don't have the hole in this position here, we can use the hole here. Yeah, this is the difference type. How to measure velocity inside the duct or inside the pipe. Yeah, if the pitot-static tube without hole, yeah, we can use the tab here. This is the position of tab to measure static pressure, and then this one to measure stagnation pressure. Or the pitot-static tube have a hole. Yeah, they have a hole here, not in this in the corner here. Yeah, but they have a hole in this position. This one. Yeah, and then we can measure the difference pressure between phase stagnation and phase static. Okay, the differential pressure, stagnation pressure and static pressure is dynamic pressure. This one, yeah. This one is a pitot-static tube, yeah. If you can see this is this F1 car, yeah, F1 car here. This is the car is the shape of the car on the regulation before 2018, yeah. Because in 2018 until now, you can find the driver of F1 car is they have some cover, yeah, to protect, yeah, to protect the driver, yeah. If yeah, sometimes the collision between the car accident, yeah, the collision accident between the F1 car. So the component of this the material, yeah, the material component will be a sprit, and then if the car is the speed of car until 360 kilometers per hour in the straight track, yeah, and then will be dangerous, yeah, will be dangerous if the small material will be strike, yeah, to the helmet, yeah, to the helmet of this driver here. So this one, how to measure the speed of the car, yeah. The F1 car here is equipped by device pitot-static tube here, yeah, this one and this one, yeah. This is in the aircraft, yeah, this is in aircraft. This is aircraft is in device here, this one, yeah. This one, the this position here, yeah, this is the pitot-static tube here, yeah. If you can see here, this one static hole, this one is stagnation hole, okay. And then the air will be in go to inside this pitot-static tube here, and then in here, this is air speed indicator, this is vertical speed indicator, and this altimeter, yeah. This is from this one device here, aircraft will give information about the airspeed, about the vertical speed, and then the altimeter. There is very important device, because this problem here, you can see here, this part here is installed with the heater here. This one heater. Why the pitot-static tube here is equipped by heater here, because the air inside here in elevation about 10,000 meters, yeah, above sea level, yeah, the temperature of air minus 50 degrees Celsius, minus 50 degrees Celsius. So the potential of icing is the form ice, yeah, in this the hole here, the pipe here. So this, if this is the heater is not function, there will be created, yeah, ice. So the aircraft will be failed because they don't know the vertical speed indicator or altimeter. Yeah, you can imagine, yeah, when the situation become will be rain, yeah, we call the cloudy cumulonimbus, yeah, cumulonimbus cloud, yeah, and then the aircraft will be going to entering this cloud, yeah. So they lose their vision, yeah, about the location of the aircraft. So if the in front of the aircraft mountain, yeah, mountain with elevation more than 8,000 meters, so the aircraft will be crashed, yeah, will be crash to with the mountain. So I think it's very dangerous situation, yeah. And you can see here, it's one, the Airbus aircraft here, equipped by it's many pitot-static tube here, yeah. This one, yeah. So you can see here why the importance device here to measure airspeed indicator, vertical speed indicator, and altimeter. Yeah. So they put three. Yeah. Yeah. This one. This is keep on. This is regarding with safety. Yeah. If the one of this device is not function, yeah, or malfunction, yeah, the other it will be still operated. So this is the I think this is the regulation, yeah, the regulation about the device we call pitot-static tube. Any question from this topic here?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes. Okay. Please.
In real life, where friction exists, sir, how do they make this calculation accurate if the assumption of the equation itself is assuming the flow is frictionless, sir?
Oh, actually, why we talk about the frictionless flow, frictionless, sorry, this is, this one, yeah. The friction situation here, yeah. This is the phenomena when the flow here, yeah. Actually, this is flows in streamline here, yeah. The area here indicate there is a frictionless flow, yeah. There is no friction between fluid with fluid and fluid, yeah, and fluid with solid surface here, yeah, here. This is the assumption, yeah. This is the assumption. So, yeah, the fluid flow here will be you can imagine, yeah, if the area is very wide and then push in the small hole like this one. So yeah, you can imagine, yeah, if one people pass through the door, I think it's okay. But 100 people together, yeah, pass through the one door, I think will be stuck. Yeah, the stuck here. This is indicate stuck here is decelerated by frictionless phenomena, frictionless flow. Yeah, because the flow here is frictionless. Yeah, the flow here is frictionless. So why this you cannot imagine that friction inside this tube here. No, yeah. the frictionless here is in outside the pitot-static tube. Yeah, this is in this area here. Yeah, this is this flow here. The flow here indicate that frictionless flow, and then the flow will be decelerated because the flow is force, yeah, flow to the small hole here, and then the flow become decelerated zero speed. Okay, so why this device here have in this equation here, sorry, this one, yeah, this one, this is the location 0 here, the location 0 here, this one in this position, and on B or on A position, A or B position, yeah, the velocity become 0. This is the why we called the assumption, yeah, this one frictionless flow, because the flow, sorry, the flow here, yeah, you can give assumption this is the frictionless flow. Actually, if you learn in chapter 8, on chapter 8, yeah, the title of chapter 8 is internal incompressible viscous flow, but in chapter 6, incompressible inviscid flow. Okay, the flow in the chapter 6, they have characteristic frictionless. Yeah, there is no friction between a fluid to fluid flow. Yeah, there is no friction. But in the chapter 8, between the layer of fluid, yeah, will be created a friction. Yeah, and then we call viscous flow. Yeah. Okay, this is what's a different. Yeah, actually sometimes in this chapter we call ideal flow. Yeah, ideal flow. Okay, and then why we give a assumption, yeah, frictionless flow. Okay, because the frictionless flow is here is when layer of fluid here, yeah, there's no friction, yeah, between layer to layer of fluid. Okay, that's clear. Why we give assumption frictionless flow. Okay, so based on this assumption, yeah, in this chapter 6 here, and then we will create the device we call pitot-static tube here. Yeah, then this one, okay, an F1 car, yeah, or on the aircraft here. This one, yeah, fluid airflow here. So this is the position of pitot-static tube here. Yeah, so this is airspeed indicator. Yeah, this one stagnation pressure, static pressure, dynamic pressure. So this we can find this one static port. Yeah, static port here, and then from this differential pressure here, yeah, we can read the airspeed. Yeah, airspeed of the aircraft, and then the elevation of aircraft. Okay, this one, yeah, this is the application of pitot-static tube in aircraft. Yeah, maybe if you go to somewhere and then you can use aircraft or airplane as your transportation, you can give attention in the area, yeah, near here. Yeah, you can find the pitot-static tube or the position of static port here on the this is in the front and this is in rear area. This one, the other pitot-static tube, yeah, but the hole is not one. This is we can 7-hole probe. Yeah, 7-hole probe. Why the pitot-static tube here? Yeah, this is the same like pitot-static tube, but they have a pitot-static tube just 1 hole, but in this this one, the the hole is 7, yes, and the other 5 hole probe, 7 hole probe, because they are able to measure, yeah, the actually fluid behind the tip of airfoil here, yeah, will be circulate here. So it's not easy to measure the fluid flow, yeah, in area tip. We call airfoil tip here. Yeah, actually airfoil tip here in the aircraft, yeah, will create we call vortex tip. Yeah, vortex tip. Actually in this the application of aircraft, yeah. Sorry, stop there. I will give you information about okay, this one. Okay, everyone can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. I think it's enough. Yeah. Maybe I will continue in next week. Yeah. Maybe discuss about the on chapter 6. Yeah, regarding the other information about the stream function or potential function. Yeah. So I think today, if it's enough, yeah, we will discuss Euler equation on streamwise and normal wise. Yeah, actually to predict fluid flow. Yeah, to predict flow rate inside the duct or flow rate. Yeah, inside the duct. Yeah, with pitot-static tube or with albumeter. Yeah. So from this this discussion today, you can find that the mathematical modeling, yeah, we call Euler equation, yeah, and then Bernoulli equation could be applied, yeah, could apply in the application to measure flow rate, yeah, yeah, you can find, yeah, first with albumeter and second with pitot-static tube. Okay. Okay, I think it's enough our meeting today. Thank you very much for your time. See you next week. Okay, I will end this meeting today. See you again.
See you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.